Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. Allincrypto here, and today we are going to be talking about some colossal news to come out of the Hedera Hashgraph ecosystem. I cannot believe I missed this last week, but we are going to be covering it today. This is absolutely a video you do not want to miss, and we have been reiterating this since we have started covering Hedera Hashgraph on the channel. It is nothing short of a exceptionally impressive distributed ledger technology that, in my opinion, is positioned to capture a large portion of institutional enterprise grade distributed ledger technology usages, and we are going to be diving into one in this video. In fact, we are going to be diving into the fact that Hedera Hashgraph has been chosen to be used by the largest payment system within the continent of Africa. What I want to do, guys, to start the video off is actually talk, and we are going to be looking at the Flutterwave announcement, but actually talk and recap on some other news that we looked at within the continent of Africa, and that was to do with MTech and Hedera Hashgraph joining forces for the highly performant, trusted and energy efficient central bank blockchain infrastructure. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, I'm bringing this up because this is just another testimony to the real world usage of Hedera, and we know that actually recently we covered the fact that MTech were partnered with the Bank of Ghana, and we're really highlighting and showcasing Hedera Hashgraph and its capabilities. What I want to do to get into the announcement is look at the Hbar Bull's Twitter. He, of course, interviewed Rob Noddle about the Flutterwave announcement. And I want to play the opening clip where Brandon essentially asked Rob about the partnership. And then we will look at the partnership and what's actually going on in a little bit more detail. So without further ado, let's listen to Rob Allen actually talk about the Flutterwave partnership.
There is one topic that I wanted to cover. Can you tell us about the Flutterwave collaboration that was just announced last week?
Yeah, of course. This is a really big deal. I seem to say that quite a lot, but actually it's quite a big deal. So Flutterwave may not be on everyone's radar, but it's actually the largest payments infrastructure provider in Africa.
I just want to pause that there and reiterate what he's just said. Flutterwave is the largest payment settlement layer within the continent of Africa, and you can see here a visual representation of their kind of operation.
It does about $25 billion of total payment volume, 200 million transactions a year. It provides payment services to merchants, big and small, local to Africa and international. So the likes of Netflix and Meta and Uber, TikTok, over 700 employees globally across 12 different countries. So it's a big business. We, as the Hedera ecosystem, have been kind of talking to them for some time. It was originated out of the foundation with Pete Mensah, who leads on many of the payments initiatives and originated this maybe a year ago. And then it got transferred into the Hashgraph Association for the Enterprise program, because it truly is a super scaled enterprise project, and that's what we do at the Hashgraph Association. So I picked it up about 6 months ago. The team and I have been working closely with Flutterwave to shape the use case, and now we're underway. And they made this big announcement at the African conference last week, 2 weeks ago. So it's all kind of in the public domain now.
We'll pause it there once more. You can see built on Hedera to the top right of the screen, and of course in association with the Hashgraph Association. This is a big deal, and this is just one or another example of Hedera being implemented in real world situations. And the reason that Hedera, in my opinion, is leading the charge on this is because it's fit for purpose. Not only that, when you're looking for enterprise grade clients, when you're looking for small to medium enterprises to work with, the governing council is a reassuring factor. Crypto is the Wild West. And when you say crypto to most people, they wince and kind of turn away. Whereas when you introduced the governing council, which consists of some of the largest enterprises in the world, and they are responsible for the governing of the network and also the consenting of it. It puts a lot of people's minds at ease. But we're going to leave that there. Please do come over and give Brandon a follow at the Hbar Bull. Great guy. Had a chat with him earlier. He's actually the person that put me onto this, and somebody that I'm really looking forward to picking Brandon's brains as somebody that's, you know, really understands Hedera in such depth, and of course maybe sharing some of what we can come up with my audience. So great guy, well worth a follow. We'll leave a link to this in the description so you can see the full thing. This, of course, was Hedera tweeting about this. The Flutterwave VP of Strategic Growths takes to the main stage at the Africa Money and DeFi Summit in Ghana to present enhancing merchant settlements through Flutterwave on Hedera. Flutterwave, a participant in the Hashgraph Association's Hashgraph Enterprise Grade program, facilitates cross-border payments through Africa via a single API operation across 34 countries, and was recently valued at a $3 billion valuation following a Series B funding round, making it the highest valued African startup in the world. This is absolutely huge, guys, and I can't believe that we missed this last week. And you can see here, of course, here are some of the pictures. So this is a really big deal. This is something that we're really excited about and excited to share it with you guys, because honestly, Hedera is becoming one of my favorite projects. It is just nothing short of impressive from a technology point of view, from a partnership point of view, from, you know, whatever way you look at Hedera, it's impressive and likely only going to become more and more impressive and play more and more of a role in the kind of blockchain movement and renaissance that we are going through. So this, of course, is Flutterwave, endless possibilities for all, unlocking boundless, not borderless, payments opportunities for enterprises, individuals, small businesses, emerging markets, and startups alike. In certainly the continent of Africa, distributed ledger technology is going to play a big role everywhere. But in places like Africa, in continents like Africa, there are a number of other continents out there, it's probably going to play potentially an even bigger role, as a lot of the infrastructure isn't already in place there, and distributed ledger technology will make it a lot more easy for it to be integrated. Before we go back and we look at how this is actually affecting Hedera, let's dive in and take a little look at this whole announcement in a little bit more detail. This, of course, is our website, allincrypto.com. We're one of the few people that cover Hedera with a media outlet like ours. A lot of the bigger platforms just simply won't cover things like Hedera or Quant or a lot of the other blockchains that we cover, but we really do feel like they deserve to be spoken about and kind of cheerleaded. So our article title is Hedera Hbar chosen by Africa's leading payment system. Very easy to read. We also have an AI integration so it can be read to you. The promise of efficient and secure payments. Flutterwave's integration of the USDC merchant settlement solution on the Hedera Hashgraph platform is poised to bring unprecedented efficiency and security to digital payments. By harnessing Hedera's state-of-the-art distributed ledger technology, this novel solution aims to tackle the age-old issue of prolonged settlement durations and alleviate transaction fees. Hedera's advanced consensus algorithm, renowned for its speed and scalability, emerges as the perfect fit for business aimed to optimize their payments and infrastructures. You can see also, we look at the kind of valuation of a $3 billion, leading the charge in Africa's fintech innovation, guidance, resources, and future aspirations, conclusion, and everything else. What I want to do now, guys, is actually go back to Brandon's interview and actually look at how Rob thinks this is actually affecting the Hedera ecosystem. So let's go ahead and play a little bit of that. I think it was around about 6 minutes, and then we will love and leave you.
Use cases and the very pointy, closed perspective use cases that we see developing across the entire landscape that we talk about every week. But what I really
Just to put a finer point on it, why is Flutterwave important for the Hedera ecosystem?
It's scale. It demonstrates that we love the use cases. We love the small use cases and the very pointy, closed perspective use cases that we see developing across the entire landscape that we talk about every week. But what I really love is the ability to demonstrate at not even a national scale, at a continental scale, that distributed ledger technology that scales without compromising on security and is sustainable is the perfect platform to address some of these real world problems. And so we get a lot of knowledge, and we're able to credentialize these statements that we make all the time. But also we're making a difference, right? With the real need for low cost, highly efficient remittance has been known for many years. This actually demonstrates how the use of a stablecoin as a primitive with an existing payments infrastructure and Web3 componentry can solve for that problem. Hedera and the Hedera community get to be able to point to something which is actually making a difference on a continental scale. Plus, of course, we get a use case that uses USDC. It doesn't have to be USDC, it can be any stablecoin, but we're putting the infrastructure in place to accommodate that. And that drives liquidity in Hedera. It drives throughput, it drives scale and transactions per second, which creates network revenue.
We'll leave that there, guys. Bit of a different video format. We are traveling. I'm currently away. We will work on the video quality. We do have cameras ready to go. Hopefully we can integrate that by tomorrow, so you guys won't have to look at me through a very blurred webcam. On that note, guys, I'm going to love and leave you. Let me know if you enjoyed this content. We are going to continue to highlight Hedera as a industry-leading distributed ledger technology, and we hope that you have enjoyed the content. Hopefully we see you all in the next one. Have a magnificent Monday, guys. I'll catch you all in the next.